Hey guys, welcome to Practice Academy. Today we'll cover non-continuous verbs, and this is where people make lots of mistakes and we have to get rid of them. How? By watching this video. Okay, so let's continue with this. So we have continuous tenses, non-continuous tenses, and dual meaning verbs. So continuous tenses, let's start with continuous tenses. So continuous tense means where we have auxiliary verb plus was first form then ing. What do you mean by auxiliary verb? Auxiliary verb means helping verbs. Helping verbs like is, am, are, do, does, has, have, and many more are there. So plus was first form ing. Verb we have means action words. We can also call them action verbs. Okay, and ing shows that we are using them in present continuous form, present perfect continuous form, or uh, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. So wherever you see the word continuous, it means we are using continuous tense there. Okay, so we are not getting much into that though, but because we have already covered them in present continuous tense, and we will be covering more in other tenses as well, in continuous tenses. Anyways, so any tense which is past, present, or future, which I've already explained, formed with the auxiliary verbs and a main verb in ing form. For example, the examples we have is she is working. So she is working. So she is subject with the person who is doing it. So subject means noun, you can say here. So noun. So she is a noun. Is a helping verb. So you can say auxiliary verb. So is an auxiliary verb. Then working is our action verb. So it was first form plus ing. So the main word is work actually. So we have added here ing. So they have been studying. So they have been studying is in perfect continuous form. So this one is present continuous form. All right. So this is, I hope this is clear to you. And now let's get to non-continuous verb, which is the major part we have to cover here. So these are the verbs which you cannot see someone doing. So this is important, which you cannot see someone doing. So it means this is actually not an action word, not an action word there. So there is no action actually. So we can also say there is no action which is going on. So these stative verbs are about state, not action, and they cannot express the continuous or progressive aspect. About state, what do we mean by state? State means, like, you can say situation or condition. So then not action, again it means no action is there, no action is happening. So what do you mean by action? So when you run, so there is an action. When you walk, so it is an action. So you are doing something. Where you are not doing anything, so that is, it means that's just a state and you are not doing anything. So that is not an action word, and they cannot express the continuous or progressive aspect. So it does not show there that there is anything which is being continued, which is happening at that moment. So that's why you cannot use them in continuous form. So we do not generally use them with continuous tenses. Some of the examples, these examples are very important here. So we have got headings here like feeling or emotion, senses, communication, thinking, other states. Some other same miscellaneous states. So if we talk about the word hate, like, love, prefer, want, wish, do you really think that you are doing anything in here? So are you taking any action? No, this just comes under feeling, or this is just your emotion. Okay, so what about senses? So appear, feel, hear, see, seem, smell, sound, taste. So you are using one of the five senses here. So we have five senses, so you're using one of the five senses here, and that's why you are using these words there. So these words are actually, again, non-continuous. So these are not action words. So you are not taking any action. You are just using your senses, right? And this just happens. Communication: agree, deny, disagree, mean, promise, satisfy, surprise. it comes under communication, and this is where you do not do anything, you are not taking any action, so you are just agreeing or disagreeing, you mean something or you do not mean something. So when you agree to something, so it's again communication, deny, disagree, all that. Okay. About thinking: believe, imagine, know, mean, realize, recognize, remember, understand. So thinking is just your thoughts. Somebody else can think something else. So here you believe, you imagine. So this does not come under action. Other state, miscellaneous states, we have be, belong, concern, depend, involve, matter, need, owe, own, possess. And this comes under miscellaneous, which are other states. And we will cover some of the words here so that you have some clarity over there. All right. So examples here. So the correct one and incorrect one. So we have the correct ones and incorrect ones. And for sure that it would be clear to you when once you are done with these examples, and you will be able to understand more words yourself as well. So I hate him. So I hate him when you say, and but in here when the incorrect word is, the incorrect sentence is I am hating him. So I hate is what? Hate is an emotion. Okay. So when hate is an emotion, you just say the correct sentence is I hate him, not I am hating him. It's not a process. You just hate that person. Just think about it. You just hate that person. It's not a process that yes, it is happening. It is not happening. You just hate that person. That's it. Okay, sorry about that. Now the second one is I don't believe you are right. I'm not believing you are right. You just don't believe somebody is right or wrong. So it means you will say I don't believe you are right. It's not a process, and this there is no action being taken. So if you see the word here, so where do we have don't believe? So believe comes under thinking. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. So if you say I'm agreeing with you, that is going to be incorrect again. So you have to say I agree with you. That comes under communication. The next word is it seemed wrong. So it seem. So it is what? It is under sense. So if you see here, seem. So it seemed wrong. You cannot say it was seeming wrong. The next word is see. So can you see anybody behind me? Are you seeing anybody behind me? So the person is not going to concentrate on seeing. Okay, so the person has already seen the person who is behind this person. Okay, so if the this person, so the person could be there or could not be there, so it cannot be a process. So again, see is one of your senses. Speak louder, I cannot hear you. Speak louder, I am not hearing you. Here is again your one of the senses. So suppose somebody calls you and you are there on the call, and you are there on the call, and then you say, could you please speak louder, I can't hear you. So you cannot say speak louder, I am not hearing you. Okay, so you are using one of the senses here, so do remember that. It could seem a little maybe a little odd to you, but do remember that this is not an action. You are not taking any action here, are you? So no, you are not taking any action. You are not using your power, or you are not taking any action deliberately so that it happens that way. Okay, so let's continue. Dual meaning verbs. So this is again an important part here. So dual meaning verbs means the words which can be used in continuous form as well as non-continuous form, but do remember the meaning changes drastically. Okay, so let's get to it. So there is quite a small group of words or verbs that have different meanings as per the use. So as different meanings as per the use, some behave like actions, some behave like non-continuous verbs. Some behave like actions means you can use them in continuous form, means you can use them in continuous form, continuous tense. But in but some are there which behave like non-continuous verbs. It means you cannot use them. They are not action words. They are not action words. So it changes their meaning. So do remember, it changes their meaning as well. So when you use the stative sense, we cannot use a continuous tense. So when you use them in stative sense, so it means that you are not actually taking any action. So right, no action there. So it means you cannot use them in continuous form. When we use a dynamic sense, means action is there. We can use any tense depending on the situation. We can use them in any form, either in continuous or non-continuous form. All right, so let's look at the examples here. So we have verbs here, then we have continuous, then we have non-continuous form. So the word we have here is have. Okay, so I am having fun with my nephew. So here having means I am experiencing. So I'm experiencing fun with my nephew. Having fun, you can say maybe you are hanging out with your nephew, hanging out, watching a movie or something, maybe playing cricket, baseball, whatever. So I'm having fun with my nephew. So it means we are hanging out with the nephew. That's why you are experiencing fun. So here it means to experience something. Have here means to experience something. But what about this non-continuous? It says I have a mobile. So it means have here means own. So have, you see here, it means own. So I own means I possess something. Possess means I have it. So I can have a car as well. So I have a book. So there you can use it. There you can use in the form of possession. So here she is hearing voices at her house. So what does it mean? She hears something which others can't hear. So here is not an action, right? So but listen is. So she is hearing voices at her house. So it means that it could be, a haunted house maybe. So haunted house. All right. So if it's a haunted house and she's hearing voices, maybe in her dreams or maybe when she's awake. So if it's a haunted house, she's awake and she can hear those voices which nobody else can hear. All right. But we can break in easily. She cannot hear us because she is deaf. So now it means she's unable to receive sounds in her ears. Break in means to enter without anybody's permission. So we can break in easily. Maybe there is a thief or somebody. All right. So she's unable to receive sounds in her ears. So here means, so the person is unable to receive sounds, unable to receive sounds here, unable to receive. So we have mentioned that here anyways. So unable to receive sounds. She cannot hear us because she is deaf. Okay, so what about the word look? So Kate is looking at my pictures. Here, Kate, she is using her eyes to look. What is she doing? She is using her eyes to look. Here, you look tired. So it means you seem tired. Maybe you look at somebody and then you say, hey, you look tired. So it means you seem tired. Maybe the jacket is not properly buttoned up, or the clothes look messy, or the hair looks messy. So you feel that that person is tired. So you look tired, you seem tired. What about taste? So I am tasting the juice. It means I'm trying the juice. Here taste means trying. So trying the juice to see how it tastes. So here taste, if we I have already, actually it's the meaning, but still here taste means the flavor. So how it is, whether it's good or not. So in non-continuous form, the tea tastes good. it means the tea's flavor. So the tea's flavor is good. So the tea tastes good means the tea's flavor. Here we are talking about taste. So we are talking about its flavor. So the tea's flavor is good. Okay, so we are done with the all three forms here, the continuous tenses, non-continuous tenses, and dual meaning verbs. So another one which I really find people making mistakes at is the word, especially the word has or have. So how? So here we are going to use this word as possession, means possess. Okay, so means to own something. So we can also say to own. So if we talk about this, so here you can see incorrect sentences, here you can see correct sentences. Okay, so here I am having a headache. He is having a headache. So you must have generally come across people, or maybe you are using it as well. So where they say I am having a headache. So it's not a process. You either have it or not. So when you have it, so you will say I have a headache. If the person has it, you'll say he has a headache. You will not say I am having a headache or he is having a headache. The other one is he is having a fever. Again, it is not a process. So it is not a process. So he has a fever. So you will say he has a fever. The other one, I am having a strong car. So you have it. So you have it maybe in the parking lot or maybe somewhere. So but you really have it. So you'll say I am having a strong car. You cannot say I have a strong. I mean you will say I have a strong car, not I am having a strong car. The next one, again the same one, I'm having a brown suit. You will not say I'm having a brown suit. You will say I have a brown suit because you already have it. It's not a process. So do remember that here we do not make these kinds of mistakes, and we are really supposed to know them, because what happens is that sometimes people think that we can use if you know they're people who are working, and they think that they can use these softwares, like there are some softwares out there who which can correct them, auto correct them, but do remember that sometimes even though those softwares are not able to help you out, so it comes to you then. And anyways, we have to write something, and if you want to write a letter, so with your own hands, so you are supposed to know all that. Okay then, I hope you found it interesting, and you wouldn't be making these mistakes again. Okay then, bye bye. But do remember to subscribe the channel and like and share the video. Okay, bye bye.